we are moving on to lesson 4.3. And we are doing modeling with quadratics. Now, we've already done modeling with linear functions. If we had 2 points, we can make a line, right? So if I have 2 points, I can only connect those 2 points by a line. That's linear. However, in order to do it by quadratics, we have to have 3 points. You have to have at least 3 points in order to make a U. Okay? So today, we're going to use those points to write our equations in our calculator. Okay. In calc. Oh, I can't spell, sorry. In the calculator. All right. You are going to put x values in list 1. Y values in list 2. Does everybody remember how to get to list 1 and list 2? No. Okay? So let's squeeze it in here. First, you're going to hit the Stat button and then Edit. Okay? We have list 1 and list 2. Stat is like right next to the cursor either direction. Uh-huh. Yes, we did this. Remember that when it's years, you have to put in 0 for the starting year. We did all this. Okay. Now that we're back on the same page, right? Okay, so first we're going to put our x values in list 1, just like we did before. Our y values in list 2, just like we did before. Then we're going to go back into Stat, over to Calculate. This time, however, we're going to go down to Quad Reg. Then, of course, we go down to Calculate, hit Enter, and blah, 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 as it goes, okay? Once you have your points in X1 and L1 and L2, you go back into Stat, push over to Calculate, and then down to Quad Reg. Okay, so here we go. Example number 1. Write a quadratic regression using the points 1, -2, 2, -2, and 3, -4. All right. So we're going to go into our calculator. Go into Stat. Hit Enter on Edit. Remember that if there is already a list there, you have to go up to the L1, highlight it, hit Clear, and Enter. Yep, just a minute. So we put 1, 2, and 3 in list 1. We put -2, -2, -4 in list 2. All right, make sure we're all on the same page. X goes in L1, Y in L2. Then we go back into Stat, push over to Calculate, and you go down to number 5. Yes. And what did we say we use for a quadratic? A, B, and C. It's crazy, right? All right. So it tells you right above that we have y equals ax squared plus bx plus c. You are going to plug your a, b, and c values in there. So we have y equals negative 1x squared plus 3x minus 4. Almost. Well, I mean, that's like the basics, right? Any question? We now remember doing this, right? And at the time, remember I said you learn how to do it now. We're going to use it forever and ever. So you learn it good now, you're good to go. All right. I said that for a reason. Okay. All right. Example number 2. Let's go with, right, a quadratic function. Now these are written a little bit different. If I have f of 0 equals 5, f of 2 equals 3, and f of negative 1 equals 0. So these are also points. They're just written in a different form. Think about what this first one means. It means that my x value is 0, my y value is 5. The second one says that my x value is 2, my y value is 3. And this one, f of x, so my x value is negative 1 and my y value is 0. All right, so again, we're going to go back in there, put 0, 2, negative 1 in for list 1, 5, 3, and 0 into list 2. Go back into calculate, over to stat, or go back into stat, over to calculate, down to quad reg. Good. Negative 2x squared plus 3x plus 5. Now, the whole idea of making one of these is because you're modeling a real-life situation, and you can predict something else from that. That's why we model it. All right? So, last example, and then I'll be done. It won't take very much. You want me to talk more? Because you got a lot of space left? We can do some big graphs. We're not graphing today, though. Example 3. Example number 3, let's go with a basketball hoop is located at we're going to give you a table here, X and Y, and we're going to say we have 2, 10, 4, 12, and 10, 12. All right. If this is located at this quadratic, will a ball at 12:10 pass through the hoop? So, first thing we're going to do is we're going to use this to calculate where the hoop is at. You already got it? Awesome. X squared. Go ahead. Plus 7? All right, so y equals. So what we're going to do is we're going to plug 12 in for x and see what we get for an answer. Okay? So we're going to take our equation and we're going to plug 12 in. That equation that Evan got for us. So y equals negative 0.125 times 12 squared plus 1.75 times 12 plus 7. Did anybody get it yet? Is it? I'm asking. You got 10? Uh-oh. I got 10. Oh. So since it equals 10, which is the y value in our point, will this ball go through the hoop? I would say yes. Okay. Now, there's no more examples, but there's one other thing I want to mention. On problem number 22 today, they give you a table, and I want to make sure we're understanding what the table means or what they're looking for. So this is number 22. They give you a table, and in this table, the top line is number of points. That's our x value. The bottom line is number of segments. And that's our y value, okay? And they start off by filling in the first two. 2, 3, and then you have 2 more boxes to fill in. And on the bottom, they fill in 1 and 3. So I want to explain what it is they're trying to get you to draw. This is saying if I have 2 points, how many ways can I connect those 2 points? Just one, right? I can only connect them one way. Okay? If I have 3 points, how many line segments connect those? I have 1, 2, 3. So that's where the 3 comes from, right? The next one, if I have 4 points, say 1, 2, 3, 4 points. I can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So this bottom number would be a 6. Okay? And then you got to do one more, and I'll let you figure out what number goes on the bottom there. Once you find this quadratic from your data, they want you to say how many segments will work if there's 10 points. So once you get your quadratic function, you just plug 10 in for your x, and it'll tell you how many you're going to get. All right? But I want to make sure I explained what it is that table was looking for. Any questions? No? We're good? Okay. All right, guys, let's go ahead and get working. You got about 15-ish minutes. That way, if we got some questions, I am here.